My show.
It's your show.
I'm so fucking tired. I was looking for my pen to help my belly, but
Your what?
I lost it. My pen.
Your what?
My pen.
Oh, your pen.
Yes.
Well,
it's gone. Whatever. How are you?
I am doing good. How are you?
Got the clap going.
I got the clap.
Who wants the clap?
I was waiting for the other guy to go. No, I didn't think I need penicillin. Hey, Ashley. Oh, we forgot our thing so we could read people's.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was trying to.
You're gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
Do you need a charger? It's right there.
Yeah. What else?
It's plugged in all the time, just for you.
Ah.
No,
You say that to all the straight men that come here.
I do. You're the only one. Other than Joey, but
yeah.
He comes everywhere, you know.
Don't put a black light in this house.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
I can't. Oh no! So how was your week?
Oh. I've been baking, and not in a good way, all week.
You've been baking everything but you.
Yeah, real down for.
Oh, that is bad.
Yeah. So Kelsey's grandma used to.
Yeah.
She's gone now. Used to make devil dogs for her, and actually, I don't know if it was just a Christmas thing or if Kelsey just requested it and it just happened to be Christmas.
Right.
But
I can't imagine that being an actual Christmas dessert. Not saying.
no, I think she made them for like all holidays,
Right,
but
right.
I just like associate it with Christmas.
Nothing wrong with that. Trust me.
So I put myself in charge. I took over.
Yep.
And I made them last week, and they were good, right?
Right. Yeah,
they were good.
Excellent.
I ate them.
I ate two of them. I had two of them, and I was like, I could have took like a whole tray to myself and like OD'd on the couch with like pieces of chocolate on my belly.
Your hands are all like chocolate.
Put the
Midnight
anime on. Man, we're still talking about the double dose?
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Okay.
We're
in rare mood. It's right before Christmas.
My brain's fried.
Yeah.
So Tuesday, I made bagels for all the people at the salon.
Yes.
And you're gonna take some home.
Yes. Thank you very much. Until
and
you
then,
won.
Yeah, probably. And then I was going to make devil dogs again because last week was just a practice, and then this week was going to be like for
that
Christmas.
was a good practice.
Yeah, should have saved it for this week. Tuesday they didn't rise at all, so I was like, "Fuck this! I'm not even gonna like attempt to make the rest."
Right.
Wednesday I came.
Was it warm enough in there?
Yeah.
Because sometimes when it gets cold, it won't raise.
I've been cooking. I was cooking all day.
Okay.
I'm baking all day.
Yeah, that should be more than warm.
Yeah, and the oven was at 450. I think it was
pretty
toasty.
No. Yeah.
So then I thought, well, maybe the oven was just like too hot for it, and it didn't cool down. Whatever the case.
Whatever. You start
like it's just
stuff.
Yeah.
You start looking for stuff. Yeah, I know.
I'm like, well, I'm just not gonna. It's not working out. So then yesterday I came home from a long ass day of work, and because everyone needs their hair done today, yesterday, last week, you know.
Yeah, amen to that.
So I did it. I tried to make them yesterday, and they rose a little bit more, but not like how they were.
You tried to talk dirty to it?
No. I'll try that next time.
Mm.
So then I got really
You're a bad devil.
You.
Almost there.
Were
you literally zzz and not zzz?
Maybe that's what it was. I'll put them all more zzz in my oven.
There you go. Perfect. Okay.
You got a message on your thing.
Oh no, it's not okay.
Perfect.
Thank you. Perfect. There we go. Back again.
So then I got really upset because I make them for Kelsey.
Right.
To help Kelsey, whatever. Make her feel a little happy, you know?
Having grandma in her.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally understand this.
And then I have a sweater that was grandma's that I wear to all the holiday events. So I'm like, grandma's here.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
What she was like, you should wear it when you bake. I'm like, I don't want to get
Dirty.
It's white.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not wearing that while I make
Yeah.
chocolate.
Yeah, I know.
You know? Yeah.
Sorry, Grandma.
I shit on it. Tony pooped on.
Wait a minute, they have no idea what you're
Doesn't matter. Gotta be there.
I'll explain later.
So, anyway, they didn't come out last night, and I got really sad. And Kelsey's like, "We can make them together," and I'm like,
"That's awesome, though."
Yes. I don't like when people help me. Yes.
So you're like your father.
Yeah. So I was gonna make them today, but then I decided to make lemon bread for my customer, and that's a whole other story to go into. Right. But yeah, so I have to make them tomorrow. If they don't come out tomorrow, then
they don't happen.
They don't.
Well, you already had them, so it's not like you didn't have them. You know what I mean? Like, mine was a.
So I have a lot of them. If you want the shit kind, I'll let you have those too. I wouldn't serve those to anyone. There's like something going on right now, and
I had a very interesting weekend. Saturday
with Tony,
we had a live, and Tony the reindeer came.
Yeah.
All right, because I mean, no one really. I don't. Yeah, well, Ashley watches, but I don't think I have, because I have little kids that end up watching our lives, which I don't know why, because we're sometimes
here.
No, at our other lives.
Oh yeah.
But
I say, please don't let your kids watch this.
I knew.
Not to cut you off, but my customer said we were talking about how Kelsey is in a bowling league, and she's like, "Oh, do you go with her?" I was like, "No, I do my podcast on Thursdays, and that's when her league is." And she's like, "Oh, what's your podcast?"
Oh, right away you're like, "Oh no."
I was like, you just can't. You can watch it, but it's just you can't think any different of me. Because she's very like conservative.
Right. I usually, when people ask me about the podcast,
you joke around, but
I just say it's a lot of tongue-in-cheek stuff. There's a lot of no, I'm just like this. Like, you can't go in and being sensitive. Like, you got to go in with the attitude like you want to laugh at everything. Yeah. There's no holds bar. If you have something you don't want to touch or something you don't no. Sorry,
been there.
You don't want to do it. That's not your, and I respect it. Just don't watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And don't tell me that you hate it. I don't care.
No, I don't mind feedback. I don't, because it was I don't think that was funny. Perfect. What are you gonna do now? Do it again.
Yeah.
Who watches us?
Ashley.
And I don't even know Ashley watches sometimes.
I don't know.
Because she's been almost the whole 2 years, Ashley, and I keep thinking but
was she in the beginning?
Oh, not
maybe,
but it was not right.
We had everybody in the first episode. The shit one,
the shit one when we were
"Hi, I'm Jessie." Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so scared. Yes, yes, we know you're an active watcher.
When did you start watching?
I would say
religiously. It was towards the beginning.
It wasn't the very beginning. It was 2 months.
We had
before.
So many people the first time, and then nobody.
They were like, "What the hell was that?" We weren't even being bad yet. We were just like, "Hi, I'm Miles."
Hey.
You were like, "Hi, I'm Jessie." You're like the girl from Police Academy. Hi, I'm Jessie. We had the microphones here. You're like, "I like horses." I
like to ride that pony. I think you're a good 4 to 6 months in.
Something like that. Yeah, I said 2 or 3, but something like that.
Close enough.
And
she got out of her awkward phase. Oh, wait, we're still there.
She was debating if she still hated me.
Yeah.
I really hate this guy. But my sister. This is a 50-50.
Whenever you did the weird food combos, I think that was when I started watching all the time.
Oh, yeah. We have to do that again.
Do we?
Yeah, we have to do that again. Because to this day,
my belly hurts thinking about it.
There's some I still eat.
Like what?
The watermelon with the...
the tahini?
No.
Oh no,
Was
it was mustard.
No.
Didn't we do that with something?
Yes, but oh my
It sounds like
gosh.
you do it.
I do, but I don't eat watermelon that often because I'm very
Oh
picky
yeah,
about
so am I.
watermelon. But what was it?
Because then it's just
Cumin?
texture in your
Cumin
mouth.
on top? Was it cumin? It was something like
No,
that. It
chili
was
powder.
huh?
Ch-
Chili
Chili
pepper.
powder.
It was chili pepper. I didn't think I was gonna like it. I was like, this is gonna be nasty. And anytime
Ow.
like someone said, "Oh, you want watermelon?" I still have it in my thing. I'm like, yeah, sure. I was like the only time I eat it.
Mm.
No, but
I've gone through a lot of hairstyles throughout this
so what
whole
happens?
journey.
Yeah, you
I
have
was looking at like the
colors and
I was looking at the intro
yep.
and I was like, damn, I forgot I had that. Oh, I forgot I had that. You look the same. You look
So
great.
yeah, perfect. I just got fatter.
No.
And
Your hair got longer.
Yeah, it did. It did get
You can get a little pony now.
Easy to pony.
You are the pony now. Always have been.
Story of my life. I've always been ridden one way or the other. So Shannon and I came up with a bunch of characters for each live. So we were convinced, like, okay, so we actually we took off the whole summer, so we didn't waste it when no one watched. And then in the winter, we're going to have all these characters.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them was this Brooklyn, like, mob, like, Tony the reindeer. I am so
I fucking laugh from the get-go.
I am so stupid. Like, I can watch it for some reason because my accent's so strong, and I'm always like, wow, I am so stupid. But it was definitely funny. The one thing I kept making.
He had gloves.
Oh yes, yeah.
So
we thought it'd be a great idea. I thought it was a great idea. I should say, is that because I'm going to wear a T-shirt and I was going to put a cigarette pack and roll it up like the old school like mobs kind of like greases, right? And I have antlers and ears, and I had makeup done, which was excellently done. I have to give credit to Shannon; she did the makeup.
She's not watching.
I know, but no, it doesn't matter. It was that I thought it was that good, and so we were. So I said, "Oh, I'm going to wear my black gloves," and then I realized that reindeers don't have a hoof like a horse, so it's not one solid hoof. It's two hoofs.
You
like
better do
cow.
the flags like this.
No, I was thinking of like, I was thinking of like how could I kind of, work around that, and then I said, oh, with the two, it's easier. So I had originally put headband, hair elastics, but they were cutting off my circulation. So I took electrical tape and I put two around each finger. So then I was like this, and I was like, this is brilliant, until I realized I had to hold on.
It's okay.
I had to take name tags off and stuff. I was like, this is the hardest thing to do. And my gloves, because they weren't leather, they were like cotton type of thing. Yeah. That they kept sticking to glitter, and then it was like hang there, and I'd be like, oh man.
But he like walks on the thing like.
If you want to see it and have a good laugh, which I think I know I saw Ashley say hi, and I think that's the hardest thing for me is when I'm in character and like people I know stop and say hi, and I'm like, and I can't really be like, hey Ashley, thanks for coming. And it's more like I'm like I'll look and I kind of like roll my eyes, or won't acknowledge, or sometimes I will acknowledge. I love the little girl who asked Hannah, did you know Rudolph? Oh, that guy. Oh, Rudolph this, Rudolph that. The only thing I'm impressed by me was this is the first time I've gone 3 hours and I didn't really break even my accent, because that gets tough doing accents for that long. But it was definitely, if you didn't watch it, go to the Goofy Geek Boutique page and you can watch it. It's on the live. You were just watching it, laughing at me, and sometimes
you were laughing too.
Yeah, I was, because I'm stupid. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so stupid. But it's a stupid funny. So funny. If you like that stupid funny, you can go watch it.
Shannon's jokes need some work, but
that was the point.
Your reaction to them is what was funny. Like, great. Anyway, so we got. What are we killing? An ostrich?
Yo, what do you do? Kill an ostrich? Like what the fuck I lie?
And I love how like what was price good and what wasn't.
Like
$10
yeah.
for this, it's a little much, but you know, in this economy, $14 for two. That's a good
That's a good
bargain.
deal. That's a good deal right there. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going? You know where I've been?
Oh my God. Tony needs to come back every year.
Yeah.
Fuck Santa. We need Tony.
And there was that actually was I actually got through that. That didn't kill me. Like at the end I wasn't like, okay, I'm tired because I get very tired.
That's a lot to do for hours on end.
That's why like a lot of people are like, oh, that must be so easy. I'm like, not really. I'm concentrating how I'm saying words. I'm concentrating trying to read. I'm pressing a sound machine over here to make sure they're on time with the jokes.
Yeah.
Shannon's trying to do live action, like trying to call numbers, trying to write down stuff for who got what, and I'm trying to pick up stuff that she's trying to hand me.
It's like this.
And then it's like, and
I said the one thing that disappointed me is you held it with your thumbs. But
yeah, I know. Well, hey, come on. And I just don't feel like it's Christmas.
No. Mm-mm.
I don't know if that's everybody, but I went out shopping on Wednesday. And
I'm so sorry.
I know, but it really wasn't that bad. Like I felt like a normal Wednesday shopping. Like it wasn't like it was crowded. I basically went down to the aisles. There was nobody in the aisles. Like, and I shop at Toys, so that's the aisle everyone seems to go down at Christmas. And there was plenty of stuff. I seemed to pick out things that were.
Nobody shops at stores anymore.
I know that's kind of what's happening, and there's so
Yeah.
many deals right now. Like everything's on sale, which usually it's after Christmas sales, and they're all Christmas sales now.
Well, that's how Black Friday was. Like they had deals all
Well,
2
I mean,
weeks,
like,
you know.
literally bought like a figure that was for $30 for $10.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how crazy it was. And it was just like, okay, it's like Christmas. When do you do deals at Christmas time? Usually when you jack up the price because everyone's trying to buy a toy or buy, you know, like.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever, I did that, and then
we ain't complaining.
Oh yeah, whoa, with this economy, I ain't complaining.
$5, that's a little much.
$5, a little pricey, but you know, hey. So I don't know. I just don't feel like Christmas. I know it's weird because it's on Monday. I think that's the trick too. It's like it's next week, but then like next week is boom next week.
Yeah, I think it's hard for me this year because I didn't celebrate Halloween, and I always celebrate Halloween, and that's what like kickstarts
the whole thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's just
I feel like it's been a long year.
Yeah, I just feel like this has been. I don't say a rough year, but a rough year. I just like it's one of those not devastating years. It just feels like every single day has been pretty
long,
just long and tough.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, today's done.
Yeah.
Okay, and then tomorrow feels twice as long. It doesn't feel like it just like I usually by now it's like I can't believe it's going to be 2024. I feel like yeah, damn right. Since 2020, I feel like it's been 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Like no, I mean I just don't feel like. I know it's been almost 4 years, but it feels like
that's weird to say.
I just feel like it just happened.
And then somebody would be like, "Oh, I got COVID." I'm like, "Oh, we're still testing that for that." Okay.
Yeah, actually,
like that felt like it was a million years ago, but also like it feels like
Colin's
it's still...
girlfriend got it, but she had the shot, so you know it wasn't like 5 days of like a little something. I guess it was much, but she still technically caught it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, they were like, oh, Talon can't go over for like the next week because she has COVID. I was like, who? What, COVID?
What's that?
I'm like, is that still a thing?
Yeah,
is that like wiping your ass with corn cobs? Like what's going on here? Like, and she's like,
I thought that was the same year.
Yeah, like what the? And it was like yeah, and I was like okay. I don't know. I think a lot of it too is I'm not Christmas show's been sucky. Like I've been watching all the Christmas. Like, I watched that Candy Cane Lane with Eddie Murphy. It was cute, but I felt like I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too old. Like I feel like there's a certain age where you get like
all the movies are just the same.
Just like it was cute. I mean, did you know what I found out?
What did you find out?
Okay, I googled each one of these,
Okay.
and I wanted to like properly show everybody, but I can't because we know we can't edit
Where are we
anything.
going with this?
No, I'm being dead serious when I say
Okay.
this. Do you know?
Do we get money for this?
No.
Is it a site that we can?
Oh no, you can look it up personally. Well, you
Okay.
can look it up. I know Ashley will as soon as I say it, or Ashley probably Ashley already knows it because she's a teacher and she's smart. Do you know the 12 Days of Christmas? Do you know
How many birds you get? They're like all birds.
they're all birds? Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. You knew
Yeah.
that? I didn't know they were all birds.
All except for like maybe 2 things.
No, they're all birds.
The
They're all
rings?
birds.
The rings?
The rings is a pheasant called
Oh.
rings. I actually Googled every single thing of them because I was
Mm.
like, someone said,
Could you imagine having all those birds? You're
but
Shannon comes
yet they've
every
done
day.
research on this thing and they figured out how many
Yeah,
like
stupid
dancing. Yeah, not birds. They found out how much people would dance around for like an hour. So I was like, no, it's birds. It was all wrong. And when I was like, this is not true, this is bullshit. I saw it on TikTok, so I said, this is bull.
It's on TikTok.
So I said, it's
Yeah.
bull. It's bull. I called it. I was like, this is bull. Started Googling each thing. I was like, oh my God, they really are birds. Do ring birds. It's a pheasant. It's a pheasant. You know, geese a leg. They're actually geese. No.
What?
Drummer. No.
I thought those were the rings.
No, drummers. There's drummers. There's actually a bird called drummers. I was like, I can't believe these are all effing birds. My whole life, I didn't know these were all birds.
Mm-hmm.
That or they're just all coincidence, and it just fell that way. I don't know.
I just learned that literally all of them were birds a couple weeks ago on TikTok.
Okay, so we're all in the same boat. So okay, thank you, Ashley. I don't feel dumb like I normally do with her. I always feel dumb with Ashley. Or annoying, one or the other.
Well, you are definitely always that.
Dumb or annoying?
Yes.
Yes, perfect.
A dumb, annoying person.
Yo, what are you trying to say?
You know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going?
All right, man. So I've been like not feeling Christmas, and every single time I sit down to watch a Christmas special, it's just like I'm not feeling it. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know if it's not, I don't want to say the S word, but I feel like there's been a lot of rain here.
It's been warm.
It's been
today was fucking cold.
Yeah, but it's been warm. I'm not complaining about that though, but
yeah,
it doesn't feel like Christmas. I don't know. I just, you know what else? I never hear anyone. This is another thing new now. I never hear anybody say Merry Christmas. I haven't heard one. The only person that said Merry Christmas today was the young lady I bought the flower from.
Oh.
At Clements. That she
well, now
said,
we got to be politically correct. Happy holidays.
Yeah, even happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Like
happy holidays.
I didn't even hear that all year.
Oh, I've been hearing it all.
I haven't.
And then it's like, see you next year.
Yeah, I know.
Shut the fuck up.
And my dad does that. And when he does the Walmart greeting, that's what I call him, because he does the stands in front. So he's a Walmart greeter now.
Yeah, nice.
And that's all he does. It's just the Walmart greet. So he kind of does the I'll see you next year.
I have one customer who she comes in like every 3 to 4 months. So I'm like, I'll see you like forever from now.
Yeah. We have a few of those that you're like, okay, that's your 6 months, whatever. Like we won't see you literally till like the middle of next year.
Right. I had one that came in every year, but she hasn't been to me in a while, so that's fine. But I'm like, oh, we're here for your annual haircut.
Yeah, it's that, and then for some, I think because it's on a Sunday Monday trick.
Yeah, I don't like that. Those are my days off.
Because like it's like Christmas, and then it's like the next week is New Year's. It's always that way. It's always a week away, and it's somehow this year it's like, oh yeah, it's coming up fast, and like it's gonna be over in like a blink of an eye. Like it's gonna be like
yeah.
And
follow me.
It just feels weird. I don't know. I don't know. It might be, someone's probably sitting there like living the life. Or it just feels really weird for me. I
don't know. I think this year has just been so long that I'm just like, all right, next.
Yeah, it's been.
I'm not in a holly jolly spirit.
I am the worst one for that because I'm usually spent Chris. This is going to be one of my first Christmases that I'm not going to be alone because I'm always alone on Christmas. And before everyone gets that, oh whatever, it's usually my choice because I'm not a
You just
because
steak, right?
I just yeah, I usually make a big piece of steak
Mm-hmm.
and mashed potatoes, and I get like the biggest piece of bread, and I basically eat and hibernate because I just because I don't, you know what it is for me? I just get the whole like how can I explain it? I don't do the fake happiness very
Mm.
well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, like I don't do it well. I just I can't, I don't. And then what happens is
I thought
because
of
I don't do it, I ruin Christmas for somebody.
yeah.
And it's always like, and it's funny too because someone will say to me like this year, well, you just said you're not having Christmas by yourself this year. I'm not. But just for the record, there are presents under the tree for me. I bought them all.
Mm-hmm.
All the figures that I told you I went and got the great deal. That was I gave. I said, "Well, I'm going to be happy to open all of them because I'm the one who bought them." Like I'll be like, "Yeah, this is what I want." Because then
Yeah.
so there is no surprises under the tree, or at least I don't believe there is
Yeah.
because I'm not that I don't like surprises. I just always seem to find that person who I'll say, "I like an action figure for a toy." And it goes into their ear. I want a wallet for. I'm like, what? And then I open a wallet. I'm like, what? Well, if you asked for an action figure, so I know what you would want, and then if I bought it, you would have known what I got you, and then it would have ruined it. I'm like, I gave you 3 different type of action figures. There are thousands of, or like you could have picked any of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought you already have plenty of those. I'm like, I'm not using a wallet. I don't want a wallet. I already have a wallet. I don't need 3 wallets. I'm not walking
Yeah.
around with 3 wallets. So you can keep this wallet and stick it up your. The worst thing is my fake. Because I did the
I
fake.
thought I was gonna have to do the fake to my customer yesterday.
Oh, that's the worst.
So she calls me,
Yeah.
and she's like, I just need 10 minutes of your time. When is a good time to
Yeah.
do that?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, girl, like
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
done at like 5:30. If I can call you then." She's like, "Ooh, no, I have something for you. I want to give it to you." I was like, "Oh,
Mm.
just coming over then.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'll just stop what I'm doing."
Yeah.
But like if it was on the phone, I didn't want to be on the phone the whole
Right,
time
right,
because I thought she was gonna complain to me or say something
right,
that
right.
or like
I
want
get
to
it.
do something or whatever.
I
So
want to do new
yeah,
highlights.
what do you think? What
Yeah,
do you charge? I don't fucking
yeah.
know.
Because that's
So
always something like that.
um, so she comes in a little bit later, and she's like, um, and I want you to open this now because I want to see a reaction.
Oh no, I'm
So
not good at this.
I'm like, oh, like now it's pressure,
Yeah.
and so
Then
it's
you're
like,
praying, please give me $100 bill in here. Be like, holy shit, this is great, thank you. It'd be like, even if it's $1, you still be like, thank you. But
yeah,
anything else, because you know what I always get, real quick.
yeah,
I always get that 15% off deal, like off of deals,
yeah,
oh, I got you the book. It's like $10, $5. It's $150 to eat there, but you get $5 off. And be like, I'm never going there.
yeah,
Thank you for buying something.
yeah. So I take the tissue paper or
Yeah.
whatever, and it's a box, and I thought it was gonna be a cup, and I was like,
Oh, okay.
okay,
You can do the cup.
Cup is fine.
Right. Because you can always use a cup for something.
Yes. So
Scooping out bathroom water or something. It's always something. The cup never goes wrong. Scooping out.
I think it's gonna be a hairdresser cup. I already know.
Yeah.
So then I open it, and it's a. I almost cried.
Oh.
It's a Mickey, little village house, and it came with a little Mickey thing.
Oh.
And I told her, she's like, I bought that for you because your story touched me. So for Black Friday,
Yep.
we went to Michael's and they had the 50% off
villages.
Right. And I told her, like, if I stood there one more time or one more second, I was going to buy one because
Yeah,
I really want a village.
Right.
And so I was like, I walked away because it wasn't for me. Like, I was buying for other people. She's like, that story touched me so much. I went and bought one for you. And I was like,
that is nice. See, that's someone who
listened
to you. Yeah. Listen. Okay. as long as I've been alive, I've been called ungrateful when it comes to Christmas. But I'm not. And I'm going to tell
You
you
just know what
why.
you want.
No, I'm going to tell you why. I've had people buy me $200 sweaters. I've had people buy me like unbelievable like hats. I've had people buy me like shoes, wallet. Um, I had a belt one time. These are things that are nice, but I don't want those things. I've never asked for any of those things. Okay? The most special thing that I've ever gotten is things that I've asked for and I got.
Mhm.
So what happens is when I was growing up, my parents got so annoyed with me. Christmas was all year round. So when they would go and they go, "Oh, you want that jacket? Oh, yeah, I love that jacket. All right, it's your Christmas gift."
Mhm.
But there was never a surprise because I
Right.
always knew, but I couldn't touch it until Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay, so people would say, "But that's not Christmas. Is you're supposed to be surprised and you're supposed to be thankful for whatever you get." And so I said, "Fine." So when people bought me things that I didn't want, and I would be like, "Oh, thank you," and then they would say, like a week later, "What happened to that sweater?" Oh, yeah, I threw that away. That was hideous.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Why do you want me to lie to you?
Right.
And they're like, "That's a $200 sweater." I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm thankful you bought it, and I'm thankful I threw it away." So, like,
Yeah.
you don't care what you did with the money. I don't care what you did with the money, and then I'm called ungrateful,
Mhm.
which I never understand.
Yeah.
And I want to be like, aren't you being a little high on your horse that you want me to hang something in my closet that I'll never wear? That will just sit there for
Mhm.
like 10 years because I should throw it away, but I'm going to wait till you forget about it and then throw it away?
90% of the clothes that my grandmother gave me, okay, 99%,
She's
100% of the clothes that my grandmother gave me went back to the store because
right,
it was not my style.
right. I don't get it. It's like,
I don't mind getting clothes,
oh,
but
I
it's
do.
got to be. I know, but
know, but no, but
it's you got to know who I am,
right,
you know, and like, and
right,
I'm very picky when it comes to clothes.
right.
Like
See,
like a sweatshirt like this,
right,
fucking hilarious.
right,
I love it.
right.
Like this is one of my favorite sweatshirts.
Well, yeah, we made that for
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I did ask
Shannon,
for it,
yeah,
and
I
I
know.
did pay for
I
it.
know,
But,
I know.
but
I
if
know.
this was like, if you handed this to me,
Right,
I would be so thankful for it because
right.
this is my shit.
Right,
Like,
right.
if you give me a sweater with a fucking flower on it, get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here.
Yeah, a kitty cat. Like,
Yeah.
like
Well, I'm into that. No. I do really want the chestnuts.
yeah, all those. Yeah, I've seen all those.
I do really want that. That's hilarious.
But
But
so I just get this thing, and people tell me, I'm like, well, if it's a thought that counts, then just buy me a card.
Mhm.
Because then I'm really never mad because I opened up the card and there's nothing in there for you. I'm like, but I just thought it was the thought.
Yeah.
What do you want it to be?
Right.
Because if you're buying something that you want, just keep it. Merry Christmas. That's my gift to you.
Right. Here you go.
That's what
Here's
I
your
think.
200 back.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I actually think I'm the monster when someone buys me a $200 or whatever, $100 thing that I'll never
But
use.
first of all, I don't want you to spend that much money on me ever. Like, I don't want anyone to spend that much money on me.
I'm talking about people I've dated.
Yeah.
Like people that I've loved in my life. The wallet and that was my wife.
Yeah.
I was married.
I would tell you what I got Kelsey, but I can't in case
Yeah,
she
yeah,
clicks on it. You know,
yeah.
that would be the one fucking time she's like,
she'd be like, she's driving right now. Oh,
no, she's at leaks. She's playing right now.
Just me. She's still.
But I don't want to say. I'll tell you after.
It's just a thing that I have, and the worst thing is that when people say to me, like, I like A, I will kill myself to get A.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to tell Marin, Niles J, I tell every kid I've fathered or father to, if you will. You give a list. The one thing you want more than life is number one that you're going to get, like realistic. I mean, can't put a Lamborghini. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, no, like I'm talking about like the realistic thing. And then you go down. And then number one and number two is usually the two things I try to get.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not, then I go to the 3 and 4. You know what I'm saying? Like I go down the list of things because there's times that they'll, being a little kid, you know, I want to swim with a mermaid. Okay, can't do that one. Next one. I want a laptop. Okay, we can maybe afford that one. Go to the next one. Like, you know what I mean? Like you go to each one. And of course, the older they get, I feel like when they're little, everything is easy because they're like,
it doesn't cost money, but they're huge things.
Yeah. It's like 1 year.
Well, I guess now it costs.
like 1 year, I believe Marin was in 7th.
She's going to want to know if she can go to Chick-fil-A again. No, I bought her pizza. She better not want to go to Chick-fil-A.
I think it was 7th grade or even 6th grade. I think it was 6th grade. Niles J was older. I think he was in 8th grade. So whatever year, I think so that she had to be in 4th grade because they're 4 years apart.
When did your
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I got him. I got him a proper tablet, and I got her a like child tablet that couldn't do like that many things. If that makes sense, it was very limited what it could do. And like one other thing, and I remember I was like, "What's the big deal?" And I was like, "Well, I just bought you a brand new like legit tablet, like and they were kind of costly back then. Like, and we
They
didn't.
still are now.
Yeah, and I'm not a millionaire, so because I would have been. Because if I was, I would not be doing this podcast.
Amen. I would not want you to.
You and I be like in Bermuda somewhere and be like, "Fuck those bitches."
Bermuda.
Yeah, someplace warm. Why would you want to be here in the cold?
Bermuda rains all the fucking time. Are you kidding me?
I'm not saying we're living there. I just said today.
Yeah, I'd actually be in Disney.
Okay.
I would be living in the castle.
She's like, I own this now.
Yeah,
she comes out dressed like Cinderella. She comes out with like the.
This is not Cinderella's castle. Who wants to come to Justice's house? Sleep over. You have to wear a dress though.
Ain't the first time.
Won't be the last.
It probably won't.
I forgot to get our moo-moos. Maybe next time. Don't count on it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I said that during the live too. That was one of the things I said. Moo-moos. My mother-in-law's wearing moo-moos. I thought Shannon was gonna die. Yeah, I thought Shannon was gonna die. But that was Tony. We were reindeer and she wears moo-moos.
How old were your kids when they stopped believing in Santa Claus? Did you tell them? Or did they know? Did they tell you? Go ahead. And did they? What happened?
Quiet minds wind up. Too far. No, it's not.
A little lower.
If you were straight, we couldn't do half these jokes. So they'd be like, "Oh my god,
get a room."
So she wrote. What did she write? All right.
Jessie doesn't actually want to know the answer. She just wants to fill time with questions. No, that is intrusive. That just have to come out.
Okay, my son was a little hard. He seemed to grow up really fast. Like he just was like, "No Santa, this is bullshit." And I mean, he really was. Like I don't know if his mom, because he basically lived at his mom's 24/7. And when he came to my house, he had the attitude like, "I'm only here for this amount of time. It's not enough time. You can't punish me. You can't do it." And it just, I don't know. But when he stopped believing, it stopped believing. Like it was boom. And it was like little boy, little boy, little boy, grown adult. And then he became a jerk. Like, because it was like, why do you collect action figures? Why don't you grow up? Why are you so mature? And he's like a little, like, we're talking about like a 10-year-old kid talking to me. And you're just like, what 10-year-old wouldn't want a dad that had like action figures downstairs? And I'd be like, let's go downstairs. I'll let you look at them. I'll let you touch them. And nope.
You can't play with them.
Well, I was going to let him at one point, like, because my collection wasn't like it is now.
You can't touch these.
Well, there's always ones you can't touch. And I let Marin. Marin was the opposite. I mean, she hung on till 4th, maybe even 5th grade. Like there were kids like Santa's not real, and she was just like, I believe, and Marin, to this day, I don't think she doesn't want to. I think she knows, but she doesn't want to. I think she liked being a naive
child who
Mhm.
believed in everything. I think she really wanted it all real. Like
Yeah.
she loved the fantasy of it. I don't know how to put it. Like I just remember her sitting down and I'm like, honey, if
Just
you
see her still waiting for the tooth fairy.
like if you
I had this tooth since I was 4. Never
I
came.
just remember her being like, these kids are saying it's not believing. I said, well, if you believe, who cares what anyone else thinks? Like,
Right.
it is what it is. I mean, we can sit here and talk about whatever. I look at holidays the same way I look as religion. And before the world blows up, because I know this is a topic no one likes to touch. But if you believe in God, why couldn't you believe in a Santa?
Yeah.
And just that maybe he doesn't give you toys and comes down, but maybe he blesses you with the spirit and makes you feel good and
Santa
gives you
didn't come this year.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, and I know there's the big question of like, well, what happens with the little kids who don't get presents? Well, we talk about God. How about the kids who get, unfortunately, cancer or something? We don't sit there and say there's no God. We I don't want to say make excuse because that's a tough word to say, but we have a reason why God does what he does. So why couldn't we have the Santa Claus does what he does? I mean, that's kind of like I don't want to call it craziness, but it's like that same line. So who's to say that's not?
Yeah.
It's just that he's not. Is he real? Was he real? We all say
I
that he
saw him at
was
the
real.
mall.
We all say he is real. There was
Yeah.
a saint, and it's like, yes, this is real. Okay, actually, he's kind of like a group of men all put together that did all good deeds. So is it just a thought? And then it's the same thing with religion. Jesus was a real person. They've proven he's a real person. Was he the son of God? A lot of people believe it 100%. And some
Are
people
we all the
go,
son of God?
some
Yeah.
people believe he was just a saint and he wasn't the son of God. Like he was just a saint. He was a good person who did good things. So it's one of those things. So I try not to.
How do you declare a saint? How did you get declared
I
that?
think so many cardinals and the Pope has to. I think there's like a voting process that you get through, and then that's how you get it. Like I don't know how, what you need the
The qualifications.
I don't know that, but I know I'm not on the list. So I'm not even close.
I'm a saint as in the devil, but
Yeah. So I just think when it comes to like that stuff, because I know kids.
Not in that one. Who cares? I'm never in that one.
So many people put too much pressure on that.
Yeah.
I
think it's a lot of pressure with Christmas in general. I saw a TikTok the other day where it was like, what if instead of giving each other presents, we spend the money on ourselves and we buy like one gift or whatever, and then we present to everyone
right.
what we got.
It's basically,
you have to accept all the birds from the 12 days of Christmas and the 5 cardinals to
be
a saint.
Yeah. Amen.
Sounds about right.
I don't know.
Bird action. I don't want it.
I don't know. I it's hard for me when it comes to kids because I don't know what it is, and I know now. Ashley, you can't say a word because it's Ashley. But you know the school right down here? Don't say it, but you know the school down here?
Which one?
I don't know the name of it, but there were like 2 schools that kind of like act like one. I had to get stuck in traffic. I got stuck in traffic.
Over there?
I have saw 4 kids, and I'm counting forward. And it wasn't all at once, because when you get stuck there, you're stuck there.
Yeah.
Like, you're stuck there for a good 10, 20 minutes, because they let every effing bus go, and they let every kid cross the road, which I don't mind crossing the road, because I get it, but they let every bus go, then they let the other guys go in the other lane, which is really annoying, because I'm like, we've been here long enough. But the one thing I noticed was there was at least 4 kids that was screaming at their mother that they better be getting this for Christmas. To some extent. There was a young man. There was a young man who was really giving his mom the business. And I was like, I think Tony needs to shit down your chimney. No, it was pretty. I was like, but I've never had that.
I think I was so scared of my parents. I don't think I really like. Okay. As a teenager, I definitely said some things, but they didn't come out the way I wanted them to. And my mom's like, "Okay, sassy," But
I had that too, but I usually
she still calls me that.
Really, I had a reality check. We'll just put it that way.
Well, as a kid, I had a reality check,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like, I don't remember. I mean, I definitely had to been out of line
Oh, we
to
all.
get to like the scare moment, but
I feel.
I don't know. Like, I don't remember ever demanding anything.
I think the
from my
worst
parents. I
thing.
think I was too afraid to ask my parents for anything.
I think the worst thing for me was I was good till I. I was very picky with that. I just explained the whole Christmas thing with me, but I think the hard thing was when my grandmother died. I became very hated Christmas, and my poor mom loved Christmas. So
Mhm.
my mom. I know she's on right now, but she probably got the business the worst because I just couldn't love it after that. I just hated it
Yeah.
all the time.
Did you go to your grandma's?
Yeah, my nana, we used to go, and you know what the weirdest thing is? I always got shit I never wanted at that lady's house, but yet all I wanted to do was be there for Christmas when I was little. I I just remember being like, "What did you buy me? This is not what I wanted."
Yeah.
Okay, Nana, you tried. Like, because
Yeah.
she was so out of touch sometimes because the older I got,
Yeah.
and not her fault. I can't imagine.
How old were you when she passed?
I was in 8th grade, becoming a freshman, and I just became
Yeah.
1,000 times more miserable. I hated it. I try it, and then and the best thing, my parents actually were good to me because they got to a point where I would say I want nothing for Christmas, and they would buy me anything. They'd just be like, "Fine, you got nothing for Christmas."
Mhm.
And there are a lot of people like, "Really got nothing?" I'd be like, "I got nothing." Like, I can honestly put my hand to a Bible right now and say I got 0 because I asked for 0.
Mhm.
And then I wouldn't be upset. I'd just be like, okay, all that pressure's off of me. I don't
Mhm.
have to be annoyed, but I still would be annoyed to be there. I just hated it.
Yeah.
That's the part that no one tells you as an adult is when you lose the people you love. And when you lose the people you love that make something so special,
Mhm.
it's so hard. And my mom tried everything. She did exactly what my grandmother would do, which probably annoyed me more. Not because I just had a chip. I
Mhm.
got that chip and I just couldn't get rid of it.
I think that's why I don't like Thanksgiving anymore. Because we'd always go to Kiki's house,
Yeah.
and obviously Kiki doesn't live over here. But after
Right. She
Pappy
lives in Florida
died,
now, right now.
like, it wasn't the same because we did it at my mom's house when she was living at my mom's house, and
The food's
it
not the
was
same.
okay.
It not smells the same. It's like the table's not the same.
Yeah.
The setup's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not her. Like, I don't know how Kiki is, but my
Yeah.
grandmother come to the door. Oh, you're here! You're here! All
Yeah.
excited to see you, and I just feel like, being a kid, you kind of roll your eyes, and then
Yeah.
you just kind of don't appreciate it. And then when it's all ripped away,
Yeah.
it
Mhm.
kind of just never the same.
Yeah.
And then when people try to relive it or try to be like, we can do it, like you, I love the fact that you're trying the devil thing.
I'm really
But there's
trying,
a
and I
piece
know
of me.
it's not going to be
I
the same
know,
on my
but there's
part.
a piece of me that's like, yeah, but it's never the same.
Uh-uh.
It's never the same. And I applaud you, and I applaud your wife being a better person than I was by saying, fine, honey, it's okay.
Yeah.
Because the first set, ooh, I don't know how she made it, but that was good.
Yeah.
Okay, but I
Yeah.
that's new to me. That's not, and I
I think it's
know.
really hard to. Well, first of all, nobody's going to make them like she did.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the trick.
I never had one when she was alive, so I have no idea what they were supposed to
Right,
even look
right.
like. I made them too big the first time. I thought they were supposed to be like big ones, and she's like, "Oh, they're supposed to be like little ones," and I was like, "Oh, okay." So next time I made them smaller,
Right,
and
right.
then the first year was like a disaster, but I like remade them again, and then like I know they'll never be
Right.
grandmas,
Right.
but I want them to be like a little bit.
Oh, I gotta tell you something.
Close.
I gotta tell you something about my nana. This is really funny. So I lost my mom's mom in a way in 6th grade, and she used to make certain things for me that I loved.
Mm-hmm.
So my nana said, "Oh, I'll make them." So I love chocolate pudding pie, but I always on a graham cracker crust,
Mm-hmm.
and she would make it on a pie crust, and I'd be like, "No." Like, I was like, "No." And my grandmother probably did it 4 more times, and like, this poor lady
this didn't even come close. Like this was like it was like, no, please stop. Like you're ruining it even worse for me.
Yeah.
And my mom started doing it, and my mom nailed it because obviously it was her mom that made it. So, and then that's a tradition that I think that I don't know if she remembers, but how much it was important to me every year she made one, and she always still. I think I always have to ask for it now, but there was a point where she'd make it every year, and that was important to me. Like we didn't lose that, even though that one was gone.
Yeah,
that was still very important to me. And then I don't know why. I think I should have had the chip for the first one, but the chip came for the second one, probably because I loved her so much. And then it was right before Christmas, and then we had to open presents
from her,
and I feel like that
fucking sucks.
And
that sucks.
Oh my God, I have to say this. My grandmother picked me the most beautiful sweater for a woman that I've ever seen in my life. And I know
it's for a woman?
It was white, magenta, teal, and it had these rows on it. It was real pretty. Yeah. But I would not wear that as a man.
Yeah.
Okay, now remember it's the 90s.
Yeah.
Like 80s, 89, 90. Yeah. And you have to understand the fashion was like all the Bill Cosby type of sweaters at the time. So, I mean, it wasn't fashion, but I remember thinking to myself, like, this is not something I would wear.
Yeah.
I wore that thing until it was black. I wore turtlenecks that were like, I would go out and buy like teal sweater, like turtlenecks, and I'm like, a little faggy. And I'd be like, remember, this is a time where, I mean, I knew gay people out there, but you didn't go out there screaming out. And I remember being like, and I remember saying, my grandmother gave me this. She passed away, so I'm wearing this.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, it was like that. But I already had that attitude, so that never seemed to bother me. But I think that's the part about holidays they don't warn you about, is that once the people you love are gone, and maybe that's why it's always so hard, because I just know when it's done and over, those memories you can't relive them. And they're like, oh, that's why you should do more, and you're like, I don't know. I'm already a jerk I'm not a jerk. I don't think I'm a jerk. I always think I'm realistically, because every person I tell and I break down what I like and don't like about Christmas, almost 9 out of 10 people go, well, that makes sense. Yeah, why don't we do it that way? I don't know why.
I'm glad that you wrote down what you wanted so I could be like, okay. I had to Google what they look like because I wanted to make sure that they were the right
You brand. Asked me exactly enough. I'd be like, listen, you don't have to give me anything. Did I? Did not? Nothing. Nah, let's just write down what did. Okay, so I said, listen, I even wrote down the things that I knew were on Amazon for like half price. I was like, see, that's my brain. Like, hey, don't spend a lot. Just go get something cheap. And right away, people say, well, what about doubles? I don't care. I don't care about doubles. I paint them. I do other things. Like I trust me. I don't mind it. Like, and I think I'm the easiest person to shop for, but I can't tell you how many people are like, oh my God, now is this so hard to shop for?
Yeah.
I'm like, how is this hard? You just walk down the toy aisle.
Just pick one.
And just literally pick out of I collect Star Wars. I collect, the McFarlane Batmans and
I did
whatever.
look for the Turtles first, and they didn't have
Turtles. I collect all those crazy things. Like, there's never a moment where I'm like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, but people, oh, you're so hard. I'm like, okay.
I did almost buy that Superman one, but like, he was nothing special. So I was like,
you know what I liked about what actually made that.
I was in that aisle for 20 minutes.
That made it special.
What?
Instead of just going in and just grabbing like the first one you saw and just went good enough, you walked away. You found something you liked out of it.
Yeah.
So like now that when I open it and I'm going to be able to be like, oh, this is not, and it is nice, but it's like, this is yours. This is your opinion, because I now know that you saw something else and you're like, yeah, just wasn't feeling.
There were 3 that I was looking at. Okay, it was Superman, because it came with a comic book, and I was like, that's fucking cool.
Right. This one comes with a comic book too, by the way.
Does it?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was just the card.
Nope.
Okay.
It's a comic book.
So then I saw this guy, and I was like, this guy's even cooler looking.
Right.
Superman's just, man,
right,
he has like different hands. This guy has like
jazz hands.
Yeah, they were like this. And not the ones that he has right now are the fist. Who is this guy? Who did I get?
It's Batman. It's
Yeah, Batman.
yeah, they're good.
And then there was like the skeleton guy, right?
Right.
But he had like I think it was like the chest of somebody else.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, that's really cool. You could swap them out. And then I looked more into it. I was like, 3. What does that mean? And then I was like looking into the other ones, and
Oh
like,
yeah. You have to
now
buy
I feel
the
like I
whole
have to buy the whole set.
No.
And I was like, he would yell at me if I did this.
Yeah.
So I like put him back. I was like, I was in that aisle for 20 minutes
Yeah.
at least. Well,
Sure.
actually 10 of those were just me like making sure it's the right one.
You laugh.
The other one I was like, but then I almost got you 4 of them. But then I realized that the one that I really liked didn't match like the rest of the guy. I was like, oh fuck this, I'm not. I grabbed that
I
one.
can't tell you how many times that I go into the thing, and actually Jack's not on, but Jack collects action figures. He collects McFarlane's.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many times that I'll see something and I have to take a picture, sit there for a few minutes,
Yeah.
and then be like, dude, I don't have that one. And like, because there's ones out there called platinum, there's gold, there's that's the lowest one. It's not lowest, but like collectors, and he collects a lot of the gold and platinums, and then he'll beg me, please, if you see it.
Yeah.
And then we actually have a system that we mail stuff back to forth.
Yeah.
And that's twice now. He's just mailed me. I'm like, dude, what's this? And he's like, dude, I bought an extra one. Merry Christmas.
I almost bought the 4 set and then just gave them to you slowly. It's like, okay, this one's for Christmas. This one's for your birthday. This one's for. But then I was like, nah.
No, I mean you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's.
And I really like
that's a bit much, but
yeah.
To which their own. You know what I'm saying? To which their own. Because if you had done that, I would have been like, oh, you're set for the year. I guess don't worry. I won't see you till next year.
You won't see me for 4 years.
That's birthday, Christmas, holiday.
I'll come home to you because you're moving away from me.
Yeah, but I don't get that. It's simple. And like, I tell you, we laugh, but I went down the Pops aisle and I was sitting there. So Shannon goes, what are you going to get her? And Kelsey. And I looked at her and I go, I can't. I don't know. I might just give her money for something because I don't know what to get. Like, I don't know what.
I never know what to get her.
Because she has so many. Mm-hmm. And I understand. Like, people for me will say, well, how do I know to get you? I'm like, you can buy 3 of the same guy and I will make it work.
Right.
Like,
but Kelsey likes one.
But Kelsey collects each one. Like, she doesn't want 30
I really
Mickeys.
Gotta like get rid of those spider.
No, it's perfect.
So spooky in here. Yeah, it's like she got one recently. She's like, oh, I already had this one. I'm like, well, like maybe you can like sell it or give it away or whatever. Right. But
that's the tough part about being that. And I was really, ironically enough, my 2 best friends that live in Virginia. One lives in Virginia, one lives in Florida. Mm-hmm. And they said they were asking about hobbies, so they were showing all their hobbies. And they go, Naz, what do you do? Right away, are you in horses still? And I was like, no, I don't ride anymore. Like, I'm done. And they're like, oh, so what do you do now? I'm like, and I'm sorry, but I was grown up in a period that I'm not so easy to go, these are all my toys. Like, I'm not that guy. Like,
I'm a toy collector, not the good ones. That's why I stick to what's on her list. I don't want to disappoint her by getting a duplicate.
Exactly. That's exactly. Just stay what's on the list. Exactly. It's not that hard. I know everyone thinks, but she'll know what you know. Mm-hmm. She'll love it because she has 5 things. She has 1 out of 5 right there. She's going to get one of the things she loves. Right. You know what I mean? So I said, fine. I said, you guys are going to make fun of me, but fine. So I start sending, because I have pictures of the basement and you've seen my, so I start sending all the pictures. And I had the weirdest reaction. They were like, unbelievable. That's amazing. Is there anybody you're looking for? We'll look for you. And I'm like, what? It was a real weird thing that I didn't think. I come from a generation that I didn't tell people I read comics. I would have got made fun of.
Yeah.
Like, I would have got made fun of. I read them. I hung out with kids that read them. But, if people like, do you reading comics? I'd be like, nah. Unless you said, yeah.
Yeah.
It was weird. I was in the closet geek at times. I mean, I probably was a geek the way I looked, but It just didn't.
You were you.
The best thing I always tell kids, which I never understand, is you don't have to tell everybody everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody doesn't need to know everything about your life. You don't need to know everything. And
Can I
everyone
just tell
doesn't
you-
need to accept it.
Can I just tell you something funny?
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
Go on, I'm drinking my tea.
so the other Karen has this one client who like we all hate. Even she hates her
Right,
because all she does is comment and bitch about everything.
right,
And half the time it's like about her diet, like she can't eat certain foods or
right,
whatever.
right.
So I had I had a newer client come in yesterday,
Right,
and she's older. I've had her a couple times, but
right.
I went to go ring her up, and like the desk is here, and like
Right.
she's like right there, but you can also hear her from like
Right, right,
Kansas,
right.
you know. So she's talking about like what they're making for Christmas or something like
Mhm.
that. And she's like, "Oh, I can't eat that; goes right through me. Can't eat that; goes right through me." I tune her out because I just fucking can't.
Yeah,
My customer is like, "That's a little more than I needed to know."
yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah." And then the week before that, I had a customer come in when she was in,
Right.
and she's like, "Oh, she sounds a little angry." And I'm like, "This is just a normal Wednesday. That's normal for her." And then she was leaving. She's like, "I just need to look at her." Oh, okay. Stay away from that one.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That's the other thing. Like, I do get very embarrassed by that. It's if we go somewhere and Shannon would be like, Miles can't eat until after we've gone shopping because he's got a. I'm like, can we just say we want to eat after shopping? Do we
Right.
have to announce why
Right.
we can't?
Right.
Like, I have a bad stomach. Okay, I have 2 ulcers, almost maybe even 3. Okay, because I was getting a third. Like, my stomach doesn't always agree with me. Like, I can
It
eat the
happens.
most normal thing in the world, and I'm in the bathroom and I'm going, sweet baby Jesus, get this out of me. What's happening to me?
Mhm.
And I'm painting the inside of the. I'm writing the porcelain god, porcelain pony, as I've
Oh.
just like. And I always seem to get like she always announces, and I'm always like,
Shut the fuck up.
she's like, yeah, he'll shit himself if he eats before. I'm like, can we not say that? Can we just say, can we eat after?
Yeah.
And that does suck because we just went to the music night where they do chorus in the band.
Oh, yeah.
So Marin was in chorus, and
How was it?
Grayson is in the band.
Good,
So we listen. So we'll go through this because
Okay.
let me tell you, woo! I was more than I wanted to deal with. So the violins and the cellos and the bass, they go first. And they only
Strings.
the string. Well, no, there are guitars. They're all
That's
guitars.
string.
Yeah, but that's a different. That's not in the same one.
Okay.
So I was trying to be a little politically correct, but okay. So they start, and they only clearly practice one song because it was like, I'm looking around like,
Whose cat is here?
like, is this a joke? Like, these kids don't even
Punked.
like. It might be punk. No, this is high school, so this is not like middle school. I've heard middle school that sounds better than this, and I'm like, there's no way. Like, I'm like, and I'm looking around, and Shannon's like, stop it. She's digging her
I'm
nails.
so glad I was
into
not
my
with
leg.
you.
She is digging.
We would have had to leave.
Because I was in the front, like
Oh no.
the front row, and I'm like, and they're just like, I'm like, the next song, it was like music. I was like, oh, we practiced this one. And of course, I'm leaning over. They practice the one. She's like, shut up! Because I am not a quiet person.
No, you're not.
I'm picturing.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm
you're
going,
like,
they're doing that!
this guy sings!
I am the king of that. And that I just own it now. Because I already know it. Like, I go to whisper and I'm like, I know I'm being loud. This guy sucks. I don't care. And then the next song was, and I was like, and I'm looking at the guy, and the guy's bowing and showing. I'm like,
Am I supposed to clap?
this is gonna be a long night if this is the fucking first shit I'm seeing. Oh, it was bad. I mean, they get off. The next band comes up. This one was the guitars. Okay. So I was like, I'm not kidding, there's fucking 10 guitars in like a horseshoe, and I'm like, holy shit, I guess guitars are cool here. Because I've never seen anywhere like 10 guitars.
I took a guitar class.
It's all acoustic. They're all acoustics.
Yeah.
Right?
We didn't have a concert.
These kids did.
That's probably a good thing we didn't.
So, just to do a quick story, in the parking lot, there was a kid in a Honda basically driving on 2 wheels, like around the parking lot, going so fast that even I was like, hey, buddy, you're going too fast. Like,
yeah.
Like, hey,
parking lot.
It's a parking lot. Like,
a school parking lot.
Right. Like, take your foot off the friggin' go. You know what I mean?
The freaking go. Thank you for clarifying that you're a loud person. It wasn't clear.
I swear I'm going to show up at your house and knock on that door one of these days. I'm just going to bust your child.
Do what Mary said.
Housekeeping! No, I'm afraid of her. I'm freaking mom.
She leaves.
I literally have been at parties. I'm like, I haven't said one word to her. And I'm like, I'm sure she's nice, but I never say anything to her. But now the guitars. And now I look up because, you're looking down. And no, that's nothing. There's no things anymore.
Huh.
There are no more pamphlets.
Yeah.
You have to I scan it on your phone to look. I'm like,
nope. Waste the paper. Come on.
Guess I not no, because on your phone, like
I know, waste the paper for me.
I literally was doing this the whole time. Nothing happened. So I swear 3 people probably walked by one.
And that was just at the strings.
So this kid sees me, and I see him, and I'm going, this is the dick that's been driving around. Literally played the guitar, moved 2 fingers, and moved 2 fingers. Every song.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Like I was like, what are you just the rhythm guitar? Like, is that all? Are you so bad that you're like, ding, 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 ding?
He wasn't even playing.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
And I love how they all had the little footstool. They had the little foot thing. Like, it's a little.
Did they?
Yeah, all of them. So they all could play the guitar. Like, I'm like, and they actually weren't that bad.
Okay.
That kid sucked.
Because that guy didn't play.
He basically kept staring at me because I was staring at him going, you're only moving. Like, everyone else is like moving. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean. This guy was like, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, it's not a bass, bro. That's a guitar. I have a friend that plays guitar and bass, and that's not a bass. So I'm looking at him like, okay. And then I kept waiting for the next song for him. I played like 3 songs, and each song he didn't do anything except that. I was like,
he wasn't even looking at his music.
I guess there was another guy, man. He was just like, I was like, that kid's good. He looked like a grown man. He had a full mustache. He had a full beard.
Well, they all do these days.
2 of them did. Well, we're not even talking about man-child. Then they leave.
It's because there's no paper until the new year.
Yeah. Yeah. Then the band comes out and they play, and I know you're gonna look at me like I'm a weirdo, but they sounded like a band, like a marching band. Yeah. And I just was like, I don't know about sitting here listening to marching band here. Like when you're in the auditorium, I expect like
classical.
Not classical, but not band, not like, dun, 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 not stuff you're going to hear a football game. Like, and it was. And I was like,
what did they play? You remember?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But it was just a lot of like band stuff. Like, you just could hear a lot of the band stuff. And I just was like, ugh. Like, and I remember when I was a kid hearing a lot more clarinets. I don't think anyone plays a clarinet. Ooh, that was hard to say.
Nobody plays a clarinet either.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, wait a minute. Moving along.
And then how was the chorus concert?
And then the real like symphonic band, I think they called, comes out, and they have French horns, they have oboes, they have clarinet,
Oh, it's so fucking hard.
and they effing nailed it. It was
Good.
beautiful. All 3 songs were beautiful, and it was like, wow, these guys are good. I'm like, they should talk to the first kids.
The strings?
Yeah, because they were
Half of them were in there.
no, they weren't. They weren't. There were no strings at all. And then I did love the kid with the oboe. His reed fell out, right?
That sucks.
So like the little thin
Yeah.
piece, and he's just sitting there, and the conductor, the band guy's looking at him like,
You can pick that up?
"You gonna pick that up?" He picks it up, and he's like, "I'm like, what is happening? Just put it in your like."
That's gross.
Like just yeah, but
Yeah.
like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Not play?
I always had another one, so.
Well, if you had another one to take it out, like whatever it is, move along. Like he's just staying there staring at the the band guy, and the band guy's like,
Go ahead.
and then
That's a hard.
then we had I did love this. So we're sitting there and we're hearing the chorus, la 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 la. They're doing their vocal thing, and you can hear Marin crystal clear.
Oh,
like
no.
I can hear no one else practically but Marin. She is like just
projecting.
And I'm like, and that, I don't know if you know this, but I'm very proud of that because I've always told her, say it loud, say it proud. Like if you're going to go on stage, you're going to do
best
stuff.
way to spread Christmas cheer is singing for all to hear.
I am big on that.
Yeah.
Like I hate people that go up and you can see it, like in the, and you're like, you're not even singing. You're like a fish. There's 3 girls.
Is this thing on?
There's 3 girls. They weren't even
Pretending.
They weren't even good enough to even be like, when he came to the altar. Like, no, they were like, I was like, why are you here?
Why are you a part of this?
Why are you in part of this? And she's like, it's a grade. So Marin came out with the chorus, sang, and she's about to leave, and I said, hey, good job. I'm coming back for a second time.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Like, sorry,
Jesus
you're so.
Christ.
Literally, she walked by and said, "I'm coming back," and I went, "All right, it was shit then." I turned and there's a guy behind me going. His face like, oh, like, why did you say that? I was like, it's my kid. It's my kid. Like, let's clear
the strings.
Let's clear this up. And I had told Manchild he did a good job because he's part of the chorus. And then the whatever chorus, I don't even know, comes back out because it's a different group. That was beautiful. They have some powerhouses of beautiful singers. Like, I mean, powerhouses. That's like good. I actually couldn't hear Marin as clearly with them because there were like 3 other girls just
projecting
as much as she was, if not had a prettier voice. There was one girl who was just, it sounded like she was singing opera. Like she was almost like right there. And I was like, wow.
You're bawling your eyes out.
No, I didn't cry
at
all.
That ended on a good note.
I didn't cry at all. Like I didn't cry at all.
Yeah.
I didn't cry at all. The only thing I found really weird.
Could you imagine if they ended with the strings?
Oh my god. I would have been
what a bang.
I would have been like I was like, so you do this often? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, too.
Man, I wish I was there.
Can
I come to the spring one?
I was literally sitting there thinking to myself, this is so complicated. High school's so complicated, and I thought it was easy in my day. And like I'm looking at people and I'm like, so I lean over. So okay, let's get this. So I do not want to be disrespectful for this person. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna try to fudge this a little bit. So so there was a person who was on the stage a couple of years ago, and we looked at the thing at the
pamphlet.
Pamphlet, and
is it called a ballot?
No, it's called a
Pamphlet.
It's called pamphlet. No, it's called something else.
Yeah, what the fuck is
Program.
Program. That's right.
Program. What is program, Alex?
We
Is
gotta
it
wrap
9 o'clock?
It's
Um,
yeah, what the fuck are they called? A ballad is not to play, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
it's
Same
a
thing.
ballad is actually like a rhyme, isn't it? Like a poem, like a ballad, like
Oh,
a
maybe.
love song,
Maybe.
like a love song, a ballad, a song.
I don't know.
Okay, moving
The
along.
ballet is where you dance.
No, that's when you're on your toes. I feel like that.
Like the Nutcracker?
I feel like that thing when it says clitoris. No, that's a everyone has like a different like, and nothing's right.
Right.
They're always
Right.
those are cleats. Those are
Yeah.
like So when I looked into the program, I'm not going to say
Ballad is a love song poem.
Yes!
Ballet is a type of dance.
I was right. Love song.
I was right. The dance.
Yes, we're both right.
Yeah.
We both don't know what clitoris is.
Clitoris. The dinosaur.
No, it's a little special. You can't ever find it. It's got a
Right.
date. It got rubbed
All right,
out.
we're gonna go. Move along.
I'm not going to call out this person because I think it's really unfair. So I'm going to say that the name in the program was Mike.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, they identify as Mike.
Mhm.
So this is a young man.
Okay.
I'm just going to be polite about it, right? So throughout the years, I keep seeing this person.
Mhm.
And every time I'm like, why are they playing a female role? I'm like, well, I played some female roles and I'm,
Still
opposite. Okay. Well, she does chorus. Everybody else comes out that's a girl that identifies as a him and in suits. She comes out with a beautiful dress and I'm like, oh, he's pretty. Like, I don't know. What am I supposed to say, Shannon? She goes, I don't know. It's complicated now. Why? What are you going to say? I was like, because she looks really nice. Like, she looked really like.
They look great.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like Kelsey or like the prom. Wow, she looks really pretty. Well, that's not really what you were going for. Like, but I was like, I don't get it. Everyone else is in suits. Why aren't you in suits? And I hate that. Why is it so
I
complicated?
don't fucking know.
I'm not judging. I'm trying to be respectful, but I hate that because then I get like, you were just Mike. What happened to Mike? Mike wouldn't wear a dress. Like Mike wouldn't wear a dress.
I don't know. All right, y'all.
Is that time?
Yeah, it's been that time.
Oh.
Merry Christmas.
Our next one will be New Year's. We gotta do. I think we should go back and look at some of the old ones. Talk about some of these
Can
old
we skip
ones.
the Star Wars? That was bad.
I think any movie one's bad.
Yeah.
Except the Princess Bride.
Yeah, fuck that one. That was great. All right, see ya.
Bye, guys.
Happy holidays. Get out of here. Bye.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah.